guys, welcome back to the LC Cosmetics YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use our Micro Silk foundation in the correct way. Learning how to use your product is the key to achieving the best results. So here I am going to show you how to use the Micro Silk foundation the best way. So the first thing you want to do is use some moisturizer. The drier you are, the heavier your moisturizer should be. So let your moisturizer set in just for a few seconds before you go ahead and do step 2, which is your primer. Here I am going to use the primer all over her face. You can avoid underneath the eyes because we will be going in there with a concealer. Once you've let your primer set in for a few seconds, go ahead and put a layer of your favorite foundation on, which in this case is going to be the Micro Silk foundation. So I am using shade Vanilla for our model here. So you want to take a couple pumps on the back of your hand or on a palette. And my favorite tool for this is the Beauty Blender. So you're just going to tap into it and work in layers to get the coverage that you want. You don't want to go too heavy in the beginning because if you have great skin, you don't want to load up your skin with too much foundation. A little bit of foundation goes a long way with the LC Micro Silk foundation. So you just want to take a couple of pumps and cover your entire face in one layer. When you need coverage, then you want to go back the second time and add your second layer. Because the LC Micro Silk foundation finishes to a satin to powder finish, you can go ahead and give it a few seconds before you do go ahead and put on your second layer. So if you want more coverage, you want to only go in the areas that you feel you need more coverage in. So we're going to go right around the chin over here. And normally we have a little bit more redness around the nose, so I'm just going to add a little bit extra around the nose. And then you make sure you always blend down the neck. So if you are dry, because it's a satin to matte finish, you can just let it set on its own and you do not have to powder it. If you are oily, I do suggest you go ahead and put a layer of powder on. The next step you want to do is get your favorite concealer and brush it on just underneath your eyes. And we're going to go all the way down the sides of the nose and lift up in a highlighting motion. And you can put it on heavy if you'd like, because what we're going to do is take a beauty blender and blend this all out, which will end up thinning out the formula. So once you've put on your concealer and you're happy with it, take your beauty blender and blend it into the skin. And you want to use tapping motions to push it into the skin versus moving the product around. So then the next thing we're going to do is contour her face. Because the LC Micro Silk foundation is meant to be worn in layers, what we're going to do is take a few shades darker than her skin, which is natural, and use that to contour her face. What you can do is take the same beauty blender and put it in the areas that you'd like to contour. So you just want to use in tapping motions and just help structure her face. If you want to go a little bit more dramatic, you can definitely dip into a darker shade. I'm going to go for a more natural contour. And then we're definitely going to blend down the neck right in here. So once I'm happy with the placement of everything, I'm just going to go in there and push the product into the skin without blending it around too much, because you don't want to spread where the contour is. You actually want to blend it right in its spot. And you're just going to tap, tap, tap and push into the skin. You can take whatever's left on the sponge and just kind of bring it down in a 3 or an E either side, but mainly you want it around the forehead, the cheekbones, and the jaw. Okay, great. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is contour the nose. So you want to get an eyeshadow blending brush, dip into your foundation, and just slightly go on the sides of the nose, and this will create more of a natural contour than a shade that's 2-3 shades darker or a flat brush. The blending brush actually keeps it soft for you, so it does the work for you. So finally, we're gonna go ahead and set in the foundation. Again, if you are dry, what you can do is just set in underneath the eye versus the entire face. Because it is a satin to matte finish, it is wear resistant, won't go off on your clothes, and it doesn't leave a creamy, wet residue. It is actually really dry and natural. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, get some translucent powder, and we're going to go ahead and just lightly dust on this powder on the entire face. If you are oily, what you want to do is definitely use maybe a more tighter brush or the beauty blender to really set in the face heavily with the powder so that your makeup does not move and it doesn't let you get shiny throughout the day. To finish off the look, I'm going to go ahead and add some bronzing blush on her cheeks. I'm going to go ahead and have her smile right on the apples of the cheeks, blending upwards. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of a shimmer highlight on top of her cheekbones. Give her more of that healthy glow. Lastly, to finish off her look, we're going to go ahead and do her lips. And this is the final look using the LC Micro Silk Foundation. Of course, I had to add some color to her lips and cheeks to give you guys the ultimate finished product. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this little tutorial helped ease the process of how to best apply the Micro Silk Foundation. Make sure to subscribe. We have many more videos on our channel. Thank you so much. See you next time.